Welcome back to my potential final over limit collection opening. And the reason I say potentially final is because I think I have one more pre-order coming, but I don't remember if I did. Because again, I grabbed so many from different sources just in case, and now it's kind of hard to get. So this might be it. So hopefully we get the SP Little Knight and the Mask Arena Starlight or Prismatics inside his box. If you missed the last video, I did get this overframe Mirror Jade out the promo pack. And then we did get the Dark Magician Pharaoh Servant. And of course, if you watched the first video was kind of insane. Go check that out. Let's put this back here. Again, what we're looking for is going to be this card with the Grandmaster Rarity, and of course this card in Grandmaster Rarity. And to explain the difference, the bottom left is going to have the 1 out of 100 number, and then the border is going to have like a hieroglyphic black shiny background, which you'll know when it's a Pharaoh Rare. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and put our background cards over here. And let's get right into the opening. And yeah, and I know it's supposed to be like, oh yeah, like you're gonna stop opening. I am. I mean, if I get more boxes, I'm gonna do more boxes. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm just assuming right now it's so cooked to get these because I had everything pre-ordered before they unveiled multiple Grandmasters in a box. When this was $60 a box, that was only when there was only one Grandmaster potentially, and that was the Dark Magician. So I guess it wasn't as crazy popular as they expected. And then they revealed there's actually 18, and the price just like quadrupled since it came out. Charmies. All right, but for me, again, I'm not just opening this for the Grandmaster. A lot of cool cards in here, a lot of really pretty ones. We got the alt arts for some of the chibis, which I don't really care about the chibis. I did want the DML star, which I pulled in the second video, which was nice. And there's also the new alt arts for Mask Arena, SP Little Knight, which look incredible. We're gonna have to wait a while before we get those probably, unless they sneak those into Rarity Collection, which I'm hoping they do. Oh, no, I thought that was a Starlight. We got the Rite of Aramis here, Ultimate Rare, and this looks just gorgeous. And of course you got the overframes, which either come in Ultra Rare Rarity, which you saw with the Dark Magician, or like the Starlight Prismatic one, which you saw with the Dark Magical Curtain and the Mirror Jade Dragon. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff to get out of this. It's not just the Grandmasters. Unless you're just somebody who's just opening because you're hopping on the hype because you know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh, then you're probably gonna be opening for Grandmasters and probably get upset when you pull nothing. Which, look, one of you will probably come across one of those streams that's doing ripping ships with this, and they're probably gonna be selling these boxes for a lot, and you're gonna be like, yeah, but what if? And one of you might pull, I don't know, one of you might pull a Grandmaster, who knows? But I also don't recommend you chase it. Never chase serialized cards in any TCG. Just don't. It's just not worth it. Open it if you want other stuff, like how I wanted, the other cards. And what's nice about this is they didn't just fumble and make only like one chase in the set. They made a lot. Like you can pull something like this. I mean, yeah, the track is pretty good. We got, of course, the normal rare, normal ultra Dark Magician, which again, I like that they're doing this too. You can get the nice overframe in Ultra and Starlight Rarity, or you can get the regular one as well, so you can still play your game. Because the worst thing that could happen is they drop these cards and they're like locked in like insane rarities, and it's like, I can't play this. And before you're like, they did that with Dragon Master Magia, they didn't. Mannequin Cat. Dragon Master Magia, when it came out, was not a playable card. It was a collector card. Like, it was just not good. And obviously, Blue Eyes had the crazy support that came out way, way later. I'm talking about the TCG, by the way. In the OCG, they had this card in multiple rarities, which they should have technically kind of done. But I like that they dropped a QCR Dragon Master Magia because that was like a chase for something collector worthy, which is like has been kind of lacking in Yu-Gi-Oh for a while. And when Blue Eyes became playable, they got I think in Rarity Collection 4 is when they dropped the reprint for Dragon Master Magia. So you can get that in collect rare, ultra rare, whatever. But when the QCR came out, you couldn't play that card. You could if you wanted to, I guess. It just wasn't really playable. All right, what we got? What you got for me? Grandmaster? Oh, we got the overframe Stardust Dragon. Again, these are all retrades. This is not just normal Stardust Dragon. Pretty cool. Our first time seeing that one, actually. Right? I'm trying to remember, what did I see in Japan? Because I was there when they unveiled these cards. I saw them in person. You know what's funny is I could have broke the news on these cards because I was at Jump Festa when they had, the cards for you to just look at and post online, and I didn't know. So Konami had 2 booths. They had a small booth. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's cool, I guess. but they had like a gigantic, massive down the hallway, which I didn't know was there. And that's where they had like a lot of the stuff for the Chronicles anime. They had the cards there. So had I known and walked all the way down there, I would have been able to post those pictures first. Because it was actually Donald who posted the pictures and his tweets just blew up. It's like, I'm like, yeah, bro, those weren't revealed yet. You were one of the first people to show that off, which would have been cool if I was smart and went down there. But I fumbled on day one of Jump Fest though. That's all. All right, last box. Last box is gonna end it with nothing. All right, box number 2 of 5. Then I gotta get me some coffee. Start me day. Everyone knows that the healthiest way to start your day isn't coffee, it's ripping packs. So you get the blood actually pumping. But yeah, look, I cannot stress, do not chase Serialized. Do not do it. If you win with the Serialized cards, you know, congratulations. But the other thing that's crazy about this is it's not just one Serialized in this set, it's 18. And really the big ones that are money cards is the Dark Magician Girl and the Dark Magician. The Dark Magician, as of this morning, I believe has been selling for like, I think it sold for 2.2 million this morning, which is probably roughly around like 15 grand, something like that. And then the Dark Magician Girl, the buyback for the Dark Magician Girl is 4.5 million right now, which is about 30 grand. So shops are gonna give you 30 grand just for having that card. And you wanna trade it in. Which means they're gonna turn around and sell it for like 5, 6, 7 million yen. And by the way, these are raw prices. We have not even seen like what these will look like graded. I fear at how expensive the graded copy is. It's life-changing money for like, honestly, anybody. Imagine you pull a card and it's just 100 grand right out the rip, like after you get it graded. That's crazy to me. Ooh, we got Gaga. Oh, that was a different box. I was like, why do we get 2 overframes? We got Gaga Magician, which I pulled in the Starlight overframe rarity. Right, but we're not looking for that. We're looking for the shiny cards. We want that SP Little Knight Masquerina. Honestly, a lot of these cards could be good. Can you get? No, you can't get Dark Magic Curtain and normal Starlight, right? I would assume. I assume you can't. I'm talking about this one. Get it like looking like this. I doubt it. I think they probably only have it in like ultra rare, and then you got like the overframe rarities and stuff like that. All right. Another Perulia. You know, one thing I hate about the Charmies though, and I guess this is technically a weakness in the deck, is how you can run 9 copies in the deck technically, because you can do 3 copies of Perulia, 3 Flubas, and 3 Meows. At the same time, if you open with that many, you're probably going to end your turn and not do anything. So I guess the downside is you're giving up 9 slots in the main deck. But I hate that you can just run like, because what people tend to do here is they'll build a deck that has like 3 copies of Perulia, 3 copies of Fuva. And they are limited to, you can only activate 2 per turn. So you can, if you activate 1 Perulia, you can only activate 1 more Fuva. But at that point, it's like, if both Fuva and Perulia are active, you gotta end your turn. You can't play. That's basically maxi at that point. Look at this card. We're gonna channel that right now. Watch this. Card comes in a desire, not a need. Wait, no. Card comes in a need, not a desire. Or whatever Goku said. Card comes in a need, not a desire. Well, I need Masquerina. Ah! That one hurt. All right. Why are those in there? I still don't understand why they have random God support in it, unless they plan on having God card overframes in the second set in Rivals, which comes out at the end of the month. Which I will tell you right now, as of right now, I do not have boxes pre-ordered. I do not have boxes pre-ordered. Because at the time when I pre-ordered these, I mostly wanted to open from this anyways. What am I talking about? No, I don't. I want to put the Blue Eyes too. It wasn't available. So time passed, and now that we know how crazy the Grandmasters were in this set, pre-ordering Rivals is gonna be crazy. Pre-ordering Rivals is gonna be expensive, to be honest, because people know that there's gonna be multiple. Again, I bought all these boxes at 60 a box, which I think in Japan it's like 45. So it's still, you know, obviously not, you know, complete MSRP. But I'd rather pay $60 a box than like 120. Because you pay 120 per one of these boxes and you pull nothing, that shit hurts. If you pay it 60, it's like, well, at least I pulled a couple of Charmies. You know, I pulled a cool overframe. But walking away with like nothing on a box you just spent 120 on sucks. That's why opening One Piece sucks. Also, a lot of people have been asking me like, where's the Dragon Ball card openings? Bro, it's the same situation. Every Dragon Ball box that's been coming out for like the last like year has been like $300 at launch. I'm like, why? What are we doing? Why? Like, even when Fusion World wasn't that desired, the boxes were expensive, dog. And I was buying those boxes to build decks, and I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to play this game anymore. Literally, I had to hit the Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore. I think we got something shiny here. Pilgrim Reaper. Oh, that sucks. That sucks because I am looking more for the Starlight slot than anything. I mean, we can still get a pretty cool card. We can, you know, potentially get the Dark Magician in Prismatic. I would still technically love to pull Dark Magical Curtain in Prismatic. It is cool that the first seller that I pre-ordered from gifted me that card. Like, walking into these boxes, like if I hadn't pulled the Dark Magician Girl, I would be like, damn, this shit hurts. I ain't gonna lie. But having it sit there, because it's just like I have it, it's like, all right, like the pressure's taken off. But still, I gotta pull it. You know, I still gotta pull it. I gotta have my own. Yeah, mine. My only goal for this is going to be to walk away with Masquerina or SP Little Knight. And if I don't, and I'll probably just wait for them to come out in English. And I guess I could buy it. They're probably not that expensive. I am mostly shocked. Oh, that sucks. I am mostly shocked that Masquerina and SP Little Knight were just released as is and not as overframes. But let's be honest, they're saving that same art as an overframe at some point. It's coming. It's because they're designed, like the Masquerina is designed to pop out of like the frame. I know they're just hanging on to that overframe. All right, let's see what we got. Finish this last box. Got anything else for me? Probably not. That's the one downside of getting you 2 main hits. Like the rest of the box is a dud. I think you can still get a Grandmaster, but like we're talking about pulling a serialized card at this point. Like the chances of that happening is so abysmally low. Like you shouldn't bank on it. Because if you bank on it, you're gonna have hope, and then when you open the box, you're gonna be disappointed. You know? Rulia. You know, what is interesting is, let's talk about something that I have a theory on. A lot of people are saying like Yu-Gi-Oh's about to experience what Pokemon's been experiencing, and also One Piece, and I agree. Scalpers are gonna be annoying. But I'll be honest with you, Scalpers are about to drown. Because Scalpers are gonna hop into this box, into this hobby, and they're gonna try to like grade cards like this. Because you're just used to grading every card ever, and then no one's gonna buy it. Even something like this, someone might grade, and then no one's gonna buy. Because the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh players you gotta remember is we are busy playing our game. Like collectors exist, don't get me wrong. I'm a collector, you know. I'm one of the rare ones that will sometimes, and by sometimes I mean all the time, grade the cards that I play. Like if a card is in my deck, I want a slab of it. It's just how I've always been. But I'm the only one who buys these. So if you try to like sell these cards, and also because I keep seeing people grade stuff like the Charmies, I see people grading Ash Blossom. I'm like, what are you doing? No one's gonna buy that. Like legit, nobody is going to buy that. You wanna know why? Because we're busy playing those cards. We want those luxury cards to flex on our opponent. We want the shiny and the shininess in our deck because it makes us feel good. Now you might find someone every now and then like me who will want something like this graded. I'm definitely gonna grade the Prismatic Diabellstar I pulled, the alt art. But like, if you do that yourself and you put it up on the internet and try to sell for like 10 times the price, you're just gonna get laughed at. It's just gonna be paperweight. And I experienced it a lot, actually. It's annoying. Like, I bought this. I'm about to expose somebody real fast. I won't say their name. I bought this from Ruxin for 160 bucks. The last soul was like 180 or something like that. And I'm just gonna crack it out and put it in my deck. So I was like, you know what? Let's just buy lower grades, because in Yu-Gi-Oh, all that really matters in Modern is PSA 10s, because they're pretty easy to hit. If you have a card, as long as the corners aren't like banged up, it's gonna be a 10 most of the time. So when the card grades an 8 or lower, you can just assume those are never gonna hit 10s. They're not even gonna be regrade worthy. So when the card is the low grade, I buy those, I crack them out, and I put them on my deck because they're cheaper than buying them near mint. So I find a guy who's also selling an 8, and he goes, yo, last sold is 450. Let's just do 410, and I'll give you free shipping. I'm like, suck my dick, bro. In what universe are we talking about? It's literally on eBay like a month ago for 190 bucks, I think 180 bucks for PSA 8. What are you talking about? $400? What? In what universe was a Dark Magician Girl QCR PSA 8 selling for 450? You are smoking some cock, bro. And then he tried to tell me, did you win a giveaway or something? No, jackass. First of all, I'm the Dark Magician Girl guy. If anyone knows Dark Magician Girl, it's me. And number two, clearly you're new to this hobby and you don't know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh and pricing, and you're pricing it like a scalper. That's why no one's buying your shit, bro. Good riddance. Good riddance. Anyways, so then after he told me I can't find Dark Magician Girls for under $400, I bought 2 really minty copies, by the way, that can potentially grade into 10. So now I'm gonna actually try grading those, so I have another PSA 10. But I found 2 minty copies for like 390 bucks together. Talking about, yo, I'll sell you this one for 410. It's a good deal. Suck my balls. Ooh, we got the prismatic chibi Zeus. I'm not the biggest chibi fan, but these look pretty cool. And again, this is another card that people will try to grade, and a Zeus fan might want it because Zeus has good artwork. But Zeus is expensive because it's a really playable card. Zeus is in every single deck that has Exceed cards because it can use the board wipe. The one thing that people gotta understand, if you're gonna enter this hobby to be a scalper, you're gonna lose big. You might get some boxes like this, limit over collection boxes, and you might try to jack up the price, and you might convince some people to pay you those premium prices. But then you're gonna realize no one's buying my product, and I can't sell the cards that I graded. So what do? And then you go dump the prices more and more, and then you're gonna realize, wow, Yu-Gi-Oh sucks for scalpers, and you're gonna leave. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is if you're gonna enter Yu-Gi-Oh, at least know the game. At least know why stuff is hype. At least know why people want Eclipse Twins. Why people want Exploding Karibos, I think is what it's called. Like, I mean, I'm over here talking about, like, know your game, and I don't even know what that card is called. I know what it does. When an effect is activated or attack is declared, you have to summon a Dark Magician from your deck or a monster that has 200 attack and 300 defense. Ooh, and we got another Stardust Dragon overframe. So that box is cooked. All right, well, it has been fun. Limit over collection. I'm looking forward to opening you in English. Hoping that they end up revealing the Grandmasters in Rarity Collection 5. Rarity Collection 5 will introduce us the first overframes, and those consist of the first 10, which consists of Mirror Jade, Super Poly, Dragoon. They didn't reveal Magia yet, but Dragon Master Magia is coming in that as well. Not in that first batch of 10. Yeah. All right, last box, and then I will see you when I see you. See if we can get at least my Masquerena or SP Little Knight just to end this journey. I think I have one more batch of boxes coming, but I'm just not sure. I would also love to actually pull Dark Magical Curtain myself, just so I can say I did it. I'm talking about the prismatic Starlight version, the shiny one that was gifted. But if I don't, hey, I have it, so it's fine. Last draw. I got Egyptian God Slime, one of the Lunar Light cards, Astrograph, and King of the Pharaoh Imps Ultimate Rare. Card is insane, and I will say it every single time, it should not be legal. Gallon Granite. Is this Fossil Fusion? No. It's one of the poly cards. Now we got a Collector Rare, Tuvalos. A rough opening. Imagine this ends up being a Grandmaster and I just destroy the top. We got Pixel Sisters. Magnifica. Art is actually also insane. Alright. Wanted. Trident Dragon. They're gonna make us really wait for this one, aren't they? Let me get one more prismatic overframe. Oh, I just skipped it. Just a bow cube. Let me get one more prismatic overframe. Anakin Cats, Ancient Chant, Pendulum Dragon, and Rite of Aramesir. What you got for me? Yeah, mine. Ah! Dang it. Shining Flare Wingman, I think that's what it's called. Shining Flare Wingman. It's a retrain, so it has another name in there somewhere. All right. Well, we can still get... I was looking for SP Little Knight and Masquerina and didn't get it. So the last box gave me both. The last box gave me both. This is the brand new card that they revealed in Macedol for the 4th anniversary. It's actually a very good card, and it features both Masquerina on her motorcycle with her bestie, SP Little Knight. And while I wanted this one the least of the 3, if we're gonna finish it off, at least I get both of them. That's a win. That's definitely a win. That's a W. That's a big W. I'm happy about that one. Let's go. That's cool. All right, let's end it with. I mean, again, I don't think we're gonna get anything else, but if we do, this would be a crazy way to end the video. We got Metamorphosis in Ultimate Rare. Then we got Fancy Ball again in the Secret Rare form. And the last 2 packs. I'm gonna end it with R2 Dragon, that was called. The final pack. Casual Grandmaster Rare Dark Magical Curtain. Watch this. Boom. Imagine. All right. If I get more boxes, I will definitely do at least another video or 2. This one I'm hype about. I'm actually more hype about this than I was before because I like, again, if the hierarchy, I wanted the Masquerina, then the SP Little Knight, and then this. This is cool. I love how much detail there is in that card. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next video.